All right, are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and
Hi.
welcome. We're back, finally.
Took a little time.
So-
I was gonna say vacay, but it wasn't a vacay.
No,
No.
it was like a month and a half break, maybe more than that, maybe like 2 months break.
We're busy. Things happen. We're not getting paid for this.
Correct. This is just for fun.
This is for funsies.
I mean, if you want to pay us for it,
I will take the money gladly because my bank
absolutely.
account is looking a little. People aren't gonna get really fun Christmas gifts this year. It's okay.
Yeah, we had to buy a washer and dryer.
Ew, did you?
But honestly, I'm obsessed with it. Like, it's so nice.
That's a really adult purchase. When did you get it?
It was like a week before Caitlin's wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we went, and I was like, I feel so adult.
Yeah, it's very adult.
And we put it, they like delivered it or whatever. And then of course they didn't install it, even though we paid for the installation, because our like water pipe was like a little too damaged. So we just had to get a new thing. And they were like, we won't do it because we don't want to be held liable. So then we were like, well, we'll do it then.
Did you get your money back?
What about that? Yeah.
Okay.
And so we did it and we hooked it up and we killed it.
Good. Did you use YouTube?
And of course,
Okay.
I YouTubed the short out of that and was
Yeah,
like,
you did.
how the heck do you do this? And we like put it in place and we looked at the laundry room and we were like, we need to make this look better because this is a really nice washer and dryer and this room looks horrible now. So anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
This is We're Gonna Be Friends podcast, and I'm Victoria.
I'm Sarah.
And welcome. This is technically episode 6.
Yes, because we did film a Halloween one and then we didn't post it. And
No.
so you may get that later.
Yeah, I figure we'll go into the reasons why that didn't get edited.
Yeah.
That's on me. I take the fall for that. I apologize, everybody.
If I was a good co-host, I would learn how to post and edit videos. So really, it could be on me.
It's okay.
I was thinking about that today. I was like, ooh, I need to do more.
It's up to you.
Okay.
I'll let you.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah, so I figure since we've been gone for like 2 months, we should talk about what we've been up to because a lot has happened. Halloween happened. Our best friend's wedding happened.
Yes.
Thanksgiving happened.
Yes.
So we've been rolling.
Was Thanksgiving like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, isn't that
That's
crazy?
weird. That
I know.
flew by.
I know.
I was about to say, it feels like a whole month ago. It was a different month.
Well, it was, yeah, but only 2 weeks.
That's true.
So what's been going on?
Teacher, I'm sorry. I feel like a
Fill
teacher
me
right
in.
now in this chair.
I feel like with the picture in your background too, it's like kind of like if you scooted that way and you like were showing us on the map.
This is my mom's room. If this is my old bedroom in my mom's office. She's so cute. So yeah, this is nice. It's where she does her Zoom calls.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah,
What's been going on? Fill us in from start to finish. How's it been going?
Good. I've been at my parents' for a week because shout out to Kat, my poor roommate, got the Rona.
No, Kat.
She said she didn't lose taste or smell, which I was like, you got this then, because that was the worst part for me. But I think she like had fever the whole time and not feeling too hot. I think she like her quarantine should be finishing up soon, so hopefully she'll be better because I miss her. But it's been actually really nice. I mean, I only live like 10 minutes from my parents, but it's been so fun hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And it's been really fun. I've had a good time. The first morning I was here, I went down to get coffee. And my dad usually sets out little like the coffee cups and the K cups for him and my mom. And there was a cup there. I said, is this for me? He goes, no, that's for your mom. I forgot you were here. I was like, what? He's like, it was out of my routine. I just forgot. I was like, okay, I love you too.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. But it's been really nice. So that's been kind of going on.
You and your boyfriend went to Asheville. and I
Yeah,
didn't
we
get
went
to
to
hear
Asheville.
anything about it.
Oh my God. It was super fun. We drove down, or he drove the Blue Ridge Parkway down, which was so beautiful. And then we only did one hike, which I appreciated because, I'm
Not a
like,
hiker.
I'm not a hiker. I know my strengths and weaknesses. Do I like a nice walk? Sometimes, honestly. I just rather not. I don't know.
It's okay.
So yeah, it was really fun. It was beautiful. Like downtown Asheville was really nice. It was like our first trip together, so we traveled well together.
Aww.
I mean, it's so early on. I feel like I'm like, I would never get annoyed at him. So I knew it was gonna be fine, but it was a fun time. Yeah, he knows I love Harry Styles, so he found this magazine with a Harry Styles quiz and like quizzed me at dinner one night.
Yes.
We played Harry Styles.
Ugh,
And like he was very into it, like very into the grading.
that's very good.
Yeah, it was really nice.
That's a good sign. It was your birthday. Happy freaking birthday.
Thanks. I'm 27.
You're elderly.
I know, that's really old.
I know. I'm only 26.
All right. Well, okay. For another 6 months.
How was it? Was it fun?
It was really nice. Took off work, which I've never done for my birthday because I was like, I don't want to work on my birthday.
No.
Went to a cute coffee shop for breakfast. Aww. Walked around little Carytown. Hayes and I went to I feel like you'd appreciate. It's also just really pretty and like a nice walking thing because it's like 70 degrees.
Yeah.
It's called the Cemetery. It's just like
that's fun.
Big cemetery for really rich people, I guess, to be buried there.
Fancy.
Then had a nice family dinner.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, Thanksgiving was good. Work's been good.
Good. Things have been chaotic.
I know.
At best. So I guess we'll start at the beginning. So as I told you guys in previous ones, I have been doing volleyball, so coaching. So that was going on. Then I got randomly sick, right? It was like I was getting sick when we filmed our last podcast.
Do you think you had COVID?
No, I don't.
Okay, I know you didn't, but like at first we were like, oh my God.
Well, of course, everybody panics. I panicked hardcore, but I didn't have it. Because I never got a fever. I just ended up, actually, I did feel pretty awful, but I didn't have any cough or anything like that. And I didn't end up losing taste or smell. And Tyler never got sick. Yeah, I felt like it was a hardcore sinus infection. And it hit me pretty good. Like the day after we filmed the Halloween episode, I was like down for the count.
No.
And then I stayed home from work like the next 2 days. And so I had to miss, we had a game. Of course, that was the game we won, our first win of the season. No. And it was our senior night. And then we were closing in on the end of the season. And then after I started to get better, my cat baby, he started to get sick. And that ended up pretty bad. I talk a lot about it on my channel, and it's quite a sad video. I don't know if you watched it.
I did.
Yeah.
Sad. It made me sad to see you so sad.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean, I was just like, I wanted to give you a hug and I couldn't because you were on the screen.
I know. Yeah, it was really sad. I won't go into all the details, but if you want to hear all about them, you can go on my channel. But essentially our cat baby, we thought it was just like normal constipation, not a big deal. So we took him to the vet. Long story short, it ended up being terminal cancer and really aggressive. And so we had to put him down. And that was really traumatic and awful. And yeah, so that happened like 3 days before Halloween.
Which is your favorite holiday?
I know. We didn't even decorate because I was so upset. And it's fine. It was just like everything was culminating all at once.
Yeah.
It was like volleyball was ending. I had to do all this paperwork. We had games, we had playoffs. Then it was Halloween. We were going to decorate. Then the cat. Then I was sick. And it was just like everything was all at
Yeah.
once. And so that is why that episode didn't end up getting edited, because all of that was happening during
very
that time.
understandable.
And then by the time it was kind of like in a decent place, I was like, I mean, is it worth editing and posting it now that it's like a week and a half after Halloween? Everything we talked about feels like kind of late. I don't know. It just like didn't feel right. So I have everything saved, and I figure maybe eventually we'll post it as like a lost episode or something.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Okay, good. So yeah. And then Thanksgiving, well, and then our friend's wedding happened.
Yeah.
So Catlin, our
That was
one
so
of our,
fun.
our best friend, she got married, and it was so fun.
It was a really good reunion. I loved the other bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Well, I already knew Grace from The Bachelorette, but I hadn't met Buck, and I hadn't met
Christina.
Christina. Thank you. Oh my God. My brain. She was so cute. Her daughter was so cute. Yeah, it was just really fun. I feel like we all got along really well. I feel like you never really know how everyone's going to mesh together. I felt it was very seamless.
I agree. I thought it was pretty good. Like the bridesmaids, we were all pretty tight. And it was really fun. It was like chaotic, obviously, but it was pretty laid back after the beginning.
Yes. I think like the morning of a wedding is always pretty like, places.
Yeah.
The breakfast we had was so good.
That was a good breakfast.
The coffee was good. I really feel like it was the creamer that they use.
I swear that coffee was like next level. And it was just normal coffee.
Creamer to get. It was so good. I was like, I
really
need.
good.
But they give you the littlest cups. I had 4 of them.
Yeah.
I was like, this is equal to 1 of my cups. It was really good.
And we got lucky because like when we were doing the rehearsal, it was an outdoor wedding in November. So we were like frigid walking out, and then thankfully the day of it was like 70. So it was perfect.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
We didn't, because it was outdoor. We all had heels on. So I was like, I should have rethought that. But then, my dress was hemmed a certain way with the heels on.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wear flats, but didn't trip. I feel like I almost lost it at one point, but gained it back. We're good.
It's okay. Yeah, it was really cute. It was nice. It was super fun. I would just like to say, I'm tooting my own horn. I feel like the music selection was on point, and I selected most of it.
It was so good. I'm going to need you to do that for my wedding, please.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
How fun. Yeah, so good. Yeah, it was really fun.
A lot of Lizzo and a lot of Cardi B.
Oh, here for it.
Okay, thank you.
Here for it. And obviously we got to have hair in there. Harry Styles.
I was like, whose hair? Yeah.
Mr. Styles.
Mr. Styles. One of my coworkers today, he's like, I saw this TikTok and I thought of you. It was this girl being like, I only like 2 things, other girls and Harry Styles. And I was like, he was like, that's Sarah.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So we had that, and then Thanksgiving. It's normally less low key than it was.
Yeah.
It was actually better.
What'd you guys do?
So we were supposed to go to his mom's on Thanksgiving. Then my mom was going to come to our house on the Friday. And then my dad was supposed to come on the Saturday. But we thought his friend from Georgia
hosting.
Yeah, which we didn't find out until like the week of Thanksgiving.
Love that.
Yeah. And then his friend from Georgia was supposed to come up, and then he didn't because he couldn't get off work at like the last minute, which ended up being good because it would have been a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then his sister was supposed to come up. She didn't end up coming up. So we just went over there to his mom's, hung out, and like were in PJs essentially, and then PJs the rest of the week. So it was nice.
Good.
Yeah. I think Christmas should be pretty chill. My dad and Dina are going to Florida.
Oh wow, with men?
Yeah, to see her family, her
Okay.
parents. But we're staying home. So it should be pretty quiet. I think we're gonna go see his mom, and then we'll probably see my mom, and then they'll be
Nice.
back, and we'll see them when they come back.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh, and it was on a positive note. It was our 11-year anniversary.
I know.
Yeah.
11 years. That's so crazy. How old were you guys when you started dating?
I was 15 and he was 16, which is crazy.
You guys have like grown up together.
I know. And
That's
I
cute.
like have memories of us like talking when we were in like high school, and I was like, and like when we're 26 and 27 or 25 and 26, like we'll have been together 10 years. Isn't that crazy? In 2020, we'll have been together for 10 years. Like that's wild. And like to think back on it now, it's like it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Yeah,
And at the same time it does, but it's just, yeah, cute.
it is cute. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got me a new microphone for our anniversary because my
Oh,
other mic was like pretty awful, I felt like.
what did you get him?
I got him slippers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keep the feet
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah. And we just stayed home and we made steaks and baked potatoes and watched TV. It was nothing big. It was on a Wednesday, so it was like, meh, but it was
Perfect.
nice.
Good.
Yeah. So I don't know that we're doing like a missing persons case today because I don't have anything, but at the same time, we do kind of have like a tragedy to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So it's up to you. Do you want to do hot goss, which is our tragedy first, or do you want to do friends faves first? It's up to
Maybe
you.
hot goss first, because then if we feel a little bummed, we can end on a high note.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess it'll be mostly me and
Mostly you, because
ask
I don't know a lot about it.
ask me questions as we go if there's
Okay.
anything you have questions about. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna cross my legs. Also, look at these PJs. My mom got me for my birthday. They're like matchy. I
They're
got
so
like
cute.
sets. I'm like, I feel like a cute young mom in them.
Yeah.
My mom was like, I got them at Costco and I almost returned them. I didn't know if you'd like them. I'm like, they're so fun and cute.
Mom. No, I love them.
Booze. Anywho, sorry, just wanted to, yes, I'll ask questions. I'm gonna kind of like not read, but like my sister is very sensitive to like onions, garlic, like that like makes her head hurt. I don't know. So she sent a picture of the tomato sauce Josh, her husband, got her. And it's the Rouse, RAO.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's sensitive marinara, no onions or garlic. She goes, Josh is too good to me. How cute.
That is cute. Oh,
that's funny.
Rouse has good arrabbiata sauce, in case you wanted to know.
I did want to know. Thank you.
Like a spicy little marinara. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I I just felt like when all this first, well, I guess what you're talking about is Astroworld.
Yes.
Like the concert that went awry. Like I felt like when it came out, all the info, it was very overwhelming for me to like take a deep dive. So I kind of just was like, shit went down. And that's all I did, know.
Yeah.
It felt too much.
Yeah, that's the understatement of the century.
Yeah.
It did. And it was super overwhelming. So our hot goss is Astroworld, which I'm sure she just said, and I'm sure is in the title of this video, and you probably already knew that we'd talk about it. But I was like kind of mad that we weren't filming at the time because I wanted to talk about this so bad with somebody because I was like telling Tyler about it and he was like semi-interested, like just humoring me to listen, but he was like, I don't really like, I'm not following it. So like, yeah, it's crazy. But I was like, no, you don't understand. It is crazy and horrible. And so I was like, and he was actually the one to tell me about it because I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw something and I was like, I don't understand what's happening. So I scrolled by it and like later on that night we were sitting on the couch and he was like, did you see the thing about Astroworld? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. And he was like, it's like, I guess it's a concert. It looks like a bunch of people died. And I was like, what? And he like showed me this clip and I was like, wait, I just saw that's what I was seeing earlier, but I didn't know what was happening. So then I started to get on to Astroworld TikTok because once you like something, it like
Yes.
or talk about it, it just shows up on repeat.
Yes.
So I started to get inundated with Astroworld TikToks and I was like, this is insanity. And so I have fallen down the rabbit hole that is
And I'm
Astroworld.
excited about it.
So I spent like probably an hour and a half before this setting up a timeline with detailed sections. Like this is a bit maybe
You
a
did
bit
that
too much.
yourself?
Yeah, I did that myself.
I thought you like copy and pasted it from somewhere.
No, I was in it. Like
That's incredible. Good for you.
I think as well. Shout out to Wikipedia, New York Times, Washington Post. Like I used a bunch of references to like put all this together, but I've also watched 1.5 million videos about it, not just TikToks, but like YouTube videos, news videos and stuff, to put all of this together. And so I'm gonna like outline it with like section by section so that we can really take it all in and understand what happened because it is chaotic and a lot.
I'm excited about this.
Okay.
I love when you teach me things.
Oh my God, I love you. Okay. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. This is serious. And I have a lot of feelings and I would love to get your opinions. Please, if you have opinions, put these down in the comments. I don't know if this, like, I feel like, I don't know how many people know about this. Like, I know it was in the news, but I feel like if you're not like tuned into that side of the news, like maybe you didn't hear about it.
I feel like I haven't heard anybody really talk about it.
I feel like once it happened, everything blew up within like 2 days and it has been quiet. Why am I doing that? Stop it. And it has been like quiet since then. Right. And I feel like that is unacceptable because what happened is bad.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
I think we're getting pizza delivered right now. I might have to go downstairs in a minute. It's Sicilian pizza. So good.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh, I'll show
well,
you.
I mean, I know it's from Sicily, but I don't know what that makes it different.
I think it's just like a little deep dish. It's in the square. It's really good.
That sounds good.
But I hear Sasha barking, so I think he's coming up soon. Anywho, keep talking. I'll go down.
So should I go? Okay.
Yeah, go.
Okay. So let's start with the big question. Section A, what is Astroworld?
Yeah, tell me.
So Astroworld is a 2-day music festival that is hosted and has been hosted by Travis Scott.
I thought it was an album.
So it was.
Okay.
So Astroworld was an album that I think it was released in 2017. And because it blew up for Travis Scott, that was like his biggest album yet. He in 2018 started this festival and had it in 2018, 2019, and again this year in 2021.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
When I first heard the name Travis Scott, I thought I was a country singer for like a solid 6 months.
Okay, fair enough.
Right?
Fair enough, yeah.
I had no idea who he was. I was picturing someone very different from him.
So I will put a picture of Travis Scott on the screen in case you don't know, like Sarah. Which I don't know until this happened. I was like, I barely know who that person is. Like, he is so insignificant to me. Like the fact that they have an entire festival that people were like fighting to get into for him, I was like, I don't understand. Like for Travis Scott, okay.
For hairstyles, maybe.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you that would be so fun.
So fun.
And way less dangerous than this one.
Yeah, no one would die.
No, everybody would just have a great time.
Yes.
So, okay. So he is from Houston, Texas. So it's been hosted in Houston, Texas, from what I can tell every year, but I know for sure it was hosted there this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's organized by Live Nation. And was streamed this year. I don't know if in years previous by Apple Music. So this year it was held on November 5th. So let's move to section B. Who is Mr. Travis Scott?
Who is he? Tell
us. The butthole himself. Allegedly. So he's a rapper, and you know that song Sicko Mode?
Yeah.
Sicko Mode, and I get those goosebumps every time. Those are the only two songs that I know by him.
I really liked it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So those are like his two most famous songs, I would say, but I don't know if that's for sure. But those are two of his songs. And he dates Kylie Jenner, and I believe he's the father to both of her children.
Yes, for sure. Stormy, who I know you're not a fan of the Kardashians, and I don't like, I'm intrigued by their life. Like, I'm not like, I love them. It's more whatever.
Yeah.
Her daughter's freaking cute.
Yeah.
She's a cute kid.
Are you on the side of TikTok like, Stormy, you're just like mommy, baby?
I was for a while. It's so cringy and I love it.
I know.
But I feel like he really blew up once he started dating Kylie.
100%. I don't think he was that big until then. And then it was like he got catapulted, and then he had this album, and then everything took off. And now he better be canceled forever for this.
Right?
If you ask me.
I'm asking.
So let's start with red flag number 1. When they started selling the tickets for this Astroworld, they started selling them in May of this year, and they sold out 100,000 tickets in 1 hour, which is crazy to me because this album came out 3 years ago, and I don't know any other Travis Scott song, so why bother? But what? It's just my opinion. I don't understand.
Yeah.
They do have other people on the docket, like other people who were supposed to be there. I just like the word docket. I feel like it's underused.
I like it too, and I don't know if I've ever heard it really used.
Yeah, I feel like it's underused. SAT word.
That's fun. I'm gonna try and start using that in everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah. So like SZA was supposed to be there. DaBaby, who is a butthole, was supposed to be there. Canceled DaBaby.
I also thought DaBaby and Bad Baby, the girl who's on Dr. Phil, were the same person just because of the name. I was like, why does everybody like this girl from Dr. Phil?
Yeah, fair enough.
Anywho, keep going.
Yeah, we hate DaBaby on this podcast. I don't even know if you care, but you should hate him. We hate him. He's the worst.
I hate him because you hate him.
I appreciate that. Yeah. That's all I need in a friend. Support.
I know. Me too.
So they sold out within an hour. Mind you, the venue was cleared to have 200,000. So we're already at half capacity. But when the dates got closer, they limited it to 50,000 people. However, Travis Scott, after the tickets sold out, posted on his Twitter, allegedly, even though there's screenshots of it, but they're now deleted because of obvious reasons, telling people that they should storm the event and break in if they weren't able to get tickets, because everyone should be able to see him.
No.
So that's red flag number 1. Okay. So let's move to the morning of November 5th, the morning of the first day of this event. So everybody was assembling at the checkpoints to get in. Everybody had to show their tickets, obviously, had to get COVID checked. That was part of what they were supposed to be doing. So around 9 a.m., fans began rushing the entrances, breaking down barriers, breaking through all of the security. Several security people were injured. There is like video footage of this. It is like packs of wild hyenas. It's crazy.
I don't know if I'm just so lazy that why would anyone do that?
Have you seen the footage of that?
I don't think so.
It's insanity. Let me pull it up and see if I can screen share with you, because it is worth seeing. It's disgusting.
This is like kind of reminding me of it was called like the massacre at something. It was like that in the UK, the soccer, but the football game. And like people were trying to get through and get out. And then like, I don't know, like a bunch of people died because it was all so packed.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Hillsborough disaster for anybody wanting to know. Oh. Okay.
Okay, can you see?
Yeah.
Look at that. People are being smushed on the ground, like trampled. Look at this.
What the?
It is wildebeest. Like, this is what killed Mufasa. People running in like this. It's insanity. It's disgusting. These are real life people. It is 9 a.m. Okay, so that's just to put it into perspective.
That's insane.
Yeah. So this is why I was so intrigued, because it is just like all of the worst parts of humanity were highlighted in this event. And it's just, okay. So that happens. So throughout the day, more and more breaches of security. So obviously you saw nobody who was running in was COVID checked, ticket checked. No. So all of these people are breaking in, as Travis Scott allegedly put on his Twitter that they should be doing. So the same idea was happening throughout the day, not just at stuff like that, but like at merch tents and other tents. And so it was reported that the police were already noting dangerous crowd conditions by 3 p.m. Like, they're already taking note of that. Okay. The setup. Let's talk about how this whole venue looked.
Let's talk about it.
So, as I said, multiple people on the docket. So several people are performing. I can't figure out how many stages there were, but I know for a fact that there was one stage, the main stage, that was only for Travis Scott, which I'm sure you guys have seen. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
But it is, so I don't know how many other stages were happening, but throughout the day, all of the other stages, if there's 1, 2, I don't know how many, were being used. But that one was left open the entire morning, afternoon until 9 p.m. when the show for him was supposed to start. So that left that whole area to be either, sat in or occupied by whoever's willing to wait.
Is it an outdoor thing?
It is an outdoor thing. So let me show you.
Yeah.
This is what the main stage looked like right here.
Oh, wow.
So as you can see here, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see here, this is where the crowd would be.
Yeah.
Crowd side 1, crowd side 2. This middle corridor is like open for people to walk. And then this is like reserved area. And then obviously the stage. So inside the stage was a countdown waiting for Travis Scott to come out. And while they were doing that, they were playing this weird, like, sound the whole time. Like, the whole time. And a lot of people were commenting and like saying on TikTok, like that sound, and if you listen to it, it is like icky sounding. A lot of people who were camped out at the main stage were like reporting while they were waiting, like feeling sick and like kind of like just
weird,
like not like it was just like a weird frequency, and like the tone was bad. And so like sitting in the hot sun, it's Texas. I know it's November, but it's still Texas. They're all outside waiting in the sun, and you're listening to this, and it's just like it wears you down. And so a lot of people were feeling not good. A lot of people were getting medical treatment before. So as you could see, how the crowd was set up, you were caged in on 3 of the 4 sides. Yeah. So you can't go anywhere but one side exit. So another issue is that when they set up this, having the timer built up a lot of hype, right? Like everybody's getting anxious waiting for this to happen. Yeah. And because they left that for Travis, when his set was supposed to go on, no other stages were being used. So everybody at this festival was going to go there. So there's no other acts to pull people away. So I used to go to Warped Tour, and I've been to a lot of like metal, hardcore, I guess you would say, concerts in my life. And I've been in mosh pits. I've been in situations where there are a lot of crowds. It's hot. You've been outside all day. Obviously, dehydrated is an issue. And I have never, first of all, never experienced a festival where the main event is the only thing going on. Usually they'll have other places so that you have somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
So that there's less congestion.
That makes sense.
This is his festival, so there's that. But I've also been to a lot of shows where like moshing is a thing, crowd surfing is a thing. And I've never been in a situation where this felt like it was ever possible.
Yeah.
Also, none of those situations are you blocked in. Or if you are blocked in, they keep it very well regulated who comes in and who comes out so that you don't over capacity.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Keep that in mind. The beginning of the end.
Oh no.
The next section. As the time approached 9 p.m., all the other shows were ending. Everybody's flocking. People have been waiting there all day. And obviously those people have been waiting close to the stage. So they're up against barriers or up against the barriers on the side, as you would. And an EMT told the Washington Post that before Travis Scott even came out, he was supposed to come on at 9. He came out like 2 or 3 minutes later than that. But before 9 o'clock, there was already reports of trampling happening in the crowd.
What?
Everybody was already starting to file in so heavily that people were trampling. So then once he came out on the stage, as you would assume, chaos ensued. The crowd began to surge. And have you ever seen like a video of a crowd surge? I saw one on YouTube the other day, like not specifically this, but just like a video version of it. And it's very creepy. Okay, so this is an example of the crowd surge. This is so creepy to watch. This is not at this concert. This is just an example of one. Like it looks like a sea anemone or something.
It does. That's so weird.
There you go. You can see people getting sucked into like this hole here because people are just getting pushed around.
Oh my God, that's too close.
Isn't it creepy? Yeah.
People are so close together.
I know. So that's just an example. That was not at Astroworld, but that's like a visual version of essentially what happened there. So, okay. So that started to happen right after he came out. The crowd began to surge and everybody starts to talk about how they started feeling like they were being swept away, just like you would by a wave. And if you go on TikTok and you just type in Astroworld, they interviewed actually on the news a lot of people who posted TikToks that went viral because it was so big. Yeah. And so I've watched a ton of different TikToks, and obviously some people can be lying about it, but most people are not. And they like show proof of whatever that they actually went, and they have videos of them there and whatever. And you can see it. And it's some of the videos, I will warn anyone who decides to look it up, like they're kind of traumatic. And like, it's intriguing to me in a dark curiosity sense.
Of course.
But like after I started to watch too many, I was like, I gotta take a break. Like I feel anxiety. So everybody starts getting swept. And essentially the issue with that is you take one wrong step or you jump up in the air, you then are airbound because people are so smushed in. So you're being then carried. And if you get clipped, so people would get like with their foot stepped on by somebody in front of them and they drop and get sucked under. And that's how you get trampled.
That's so scary.
So a suggestion, because I watched a bunch of stuff on it, is if you get stuck in a crowd surge, the best thing you can do is like put your arms in front of you so that you have room to breathe, because a lot of people were getting crushed. And if you have your arms here, you can't, you have no, and if they're here, you can't. So this gives you at least some breathing room to
Mhm.
like get your arms out. So people were being crushed in the crowd, being sucked under and trampled in the crowd. And then, as you could imagine, the people on the barriers, on the barricades, are being pressed over them, like to the point where they are like almost being like suffocated.
Yeah.
So people, crowd goers, start to help each other out as best as they can, but there's only so much you can do because it's like saving yourself before, or like saving your friend before you put the life
Yeah.
mask on yourself. So EMTs sprang into action because not 10 minutes into the show, people were screaming for help. And if you watch some of the videos, like it is traumatizing. Like you can just hear the panic
Mm.
and like thousands of people screaming.
Yeah.
And like not like screaming, but like terror screaming.
Mhm.
But of course, one of the EMTs who was interviewed said, like, because the music was still going on, he could barely hear anything over the radio. And because there was so much happening, they didn't have enough people like that was able to, like, there were so many people being
Mhm.
injured that they didn't have enough people to pull people out. So, like, this is maybe the worst part. Like, people were picking up unconscious people from the crowd and crowd surfing them out.
Oh my gosh.
Like, bad. So let's move to the first stop. So we're 20 minutes into this show. 20 minutes. So maybe like what? I don't know, 5 songs?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the middle of the song, Travis Scott, for the first time, stops the show because he sees someone is passed out. So, quote, someone's passed out right over here. And this video, if I can find it, I'll put it in. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
So he's standing on the stage. He points at the spot. He's like, give him room, give him room. But of course, that starts a surge on the way out anyway. But so they come in, somehow we're able to squeeze in and get him out. And the weirdest part for me is he's up on the stage and he has the auto tune through his mic. So he's like, get him out, get him out. So everybody's like kind of quiet and he's through the mic. With the auto tune. It is the weirdest, like creepiest thing I've ever seen.
What?
So as soon as they get him right out of the place, and while they're pausing the show, people on the other side are screaming, stop the show, like screaming. And you can hear it. They have videos all over TikTok of people screaming it. The music's not going, so you have no excuse not to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And he then turns to the crowd and says, put your middle fingers up because you guys are ready to rage. Starts the next song. Okay, so we're good. So the call for help, not 10 minutes goes by after this when he then notices an ambulance in the crowd. And he notices it by saying, what's that? Y'all ready to rage?
What?
After he acknowledges the ambulance, 2 members from backstage come out and speak with him for like 3 seconds. You can't hear what they say, but I would assume that they're like, hey, things are going badly. And he then turns to the crowd after he has this discussion and says, 2 hands in the sky, and starts again.
What?
So then this might be the most heartbreaking part. I mean, I don't know, it's all pretty heartbreaking, but I saw these videos and it is just tragic. This girl was finally able to, some hero girl, and I think she was interviewed on the news as well. And this guy, they were able to breach the stage, climb up onto it, and you see them, and the cameraman for Apple Music is filming the show, and she's screaming at him, somebody's dead in there. Somebody's dead in there. There are dead bodies in the crowd. You have to stop the show. And the camera guy's like, and then the guy who came up with her is like, somebody's kid is dead in there. And what do? Keep going. Around 9:35 is the first recorded fatality. The show is still going on. By that point, it seemed that the surge started to stop. And then Travis introduced Drake. Drake comes on the stage around 10 at night. So we're now an hour into the show, a half an hour after somebody died, and a half an hour after it has been classified by the police as a mass casualty event. We're still going.
How do these people not know this is happening?
Well, that's the question of the century.
Like, they have to know.
I would think so too. So as soon as Drake sets foot on stage, obviously everybody who's left standing at this point freaks out and the surge begins again. They do 3 songs and Travis ends the show 30 minutes early, 40 minutes after they classify it as a mass casualty event, by saying, I love y'all, make it home safe, good night.
So wow. He's a piece of shit.
So let's talk about the tragedies. So I feel like it's necessary, if we're going to talk about it, to like list everybody who passed, because it is absolutely tragic. This should not have happened. There are so many things that went wrong that led to this. And so 11 people died. Not that night necessarily, but from this event, 11 people in total have died. Hundreds of people were injured, not including that. So let's talk about the victims real quick. So I'm just going to share my screen so that I can have their picture on there as well. And we can look at them. There's one missing that we'll talk about, and that might be the saddest one.
It's also like so heartbreaking. You're going to something you're so excited about.
You have no thought that this would be what happens. You've been looking forward to it. So first victim, Bardi Shahani. She was 22. John Hilgert, who was 14. Brianna Rodriguez, who was 16. Jacob Juranic, who was 20. Franco Patino, who was 21. Axel Acosta, 21. Rudy Pena, who's 23. Madison Dubinsky, 23. Danish Beg, who's 27. And the last one, I will try and find his name, but he was 9 years old. So yeah. So let's talk about what happened after that. Have you seen the apology video?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll watch that in a minute. But take heed, because what happened right after the show is, oh my gosh, Travis and Drake and a bunch of other people went to the pre-planned Dave and Buster's party to celebrate.
But they would have had to know that people died at this show.
Yeah, you would have thought.
You would have thought.
You would have thought. Then, not to mention that I think the next day is what I heard, allegedly, Drake and DaBaby and a bunch of other people who were at said event went to a strip club and said that they dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars on them. That's great.
That makes me so mad.
Like, it's just, how can you not read the room? You know what I mean?
I feel like that's just so careless of your actions. Like, you're obviously in the public eye. You know what happened. That's just foolish.
How are you going to sit there, do that, and then post this video? let me just play this video. There are so many things I have feelings about. I'm sure that everybody who's seen this video will have opinions about it, or after you watch it, you'll have opinions about it. But dear God, infuriating. Just, all right, can you hear this?
Send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and
keep that in mind.
I can't with this going on.
Is it that critical that you need to have your hand on your head that long? Like, there's no, firstly, and second of all, keep that in mind. My fans mean the most to me. I care about them the most. Keep that in mind, because I'm going to tell you some stuff about his past in a minute.
Okay.
I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know.
So it's another 3 minutes of that absolute bullshit. It's literally infuriating and ridiculous that like, stop touching your face. And you put it in black and white, which is just like, who told you to do that? Like, that's
what I'm saying. Like, you know, it has to pass. Like, a lot of people have to see that video before it's posted. And I want to know, I want to talk to the people that said, yes, that's good. That's okay.
Who said, right, correct. Who let that out of the bag?
He's not just posting it. It has to go through people.
Correct. So let's talk about his past for a moment. We're almost done, but this is necessary.
I don't know anything about his past.
Well, I hadn't either until this. Okay, so at Lollapalooza in 2015, he was arrested for disorderly conduct for urging his fans to ignore security and rush the stage. So let's start strong with that. Arrested for this behavior. Allegedly. All of this video is alleged, but he has an arrest photo for it, so it's not really alleged. Okay. Later that year in New York, he was at a concert, and it was like one where you have like one level and then a balcony level. So there's videos of him hyping up the crowd and encouraging them to jump off the balcony because the lower level would catch them. So then somebody fell off of that balcony and is paralyzed for life. I think he was 17 years old. Let's keep going.
What kind of drugs is he on?
Yeah. That man, or that boy, filed a lawsuit blaming his incident on a crowd surge. So to say that we didn't believe crowd surges was a potential is maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. In 2019, 3 people were injured at the crowd because they rushed into the Astroworld festival. And in 2020, allegedly, a music executive from Live Nation dropped Travis, claiming that he was unmanageable.
Checks out.
So, knowing all of this about his past, obviously, and the way that everything went down, not to mention the fact that halfway through the show, he was up on like this gigantic pole in the middle of the crowd, like looking down, like tens of feet above the crowd. So you're going to sit here and tell me that you didn't know what was happening? Okay, whatever. Okay. So currently there's over 150 lawsuits filed against Travis and Live Nation and other defendants. And Scott wants the lawsuits dismissed and claims that he didn't know about the severity until after the press conference. And even then, he didn't understand it fully. He just released an interview, his first interview with Charlemagne the God. You know what I'm talking about? Well, he just released an interview like 7 hours ago. I got like halfway through it and was like, this is just
This is stupid.
beyond.
I'm gonna watch all this once we're like later tonight.
Done. Yeah, it's insanity. And he essentially just claims like he didn't know and that he had his headpiece in and that he didn't understand. And I'm like, you saw ambulances. So the part I forgot to mention is there's videos online as well of concert goers climbing on top of the ambulances, like golf cart ambulances that were trying to get through the crowd to save people during the concert, because his logo is let's rage, we're ragers, you know what you came here for, it's rage. So you're going to sit here and tell me that you saw somebody pass out, somebody jumped on the stage, somebody came and talked to you. It was 40 minutes before. I don't believe that you didn't know. Like, personally, I don't think that he didn't know. There's no way. Do I think it's 100% his fault? No, but do I think a lot of it is his fault? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he could.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah, 100%.
But he is, in my opinion, he's liable for some of that.
Mm-hmm.
That is the completion of the hot goss section and the insanity and tragedy that was Astroworld.
That's so much more insane than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, he's been real quiet since then. I find it hard to believe that he will ever be able to have a concert ever again. Like, yeah. Who would be like, yeah, definitely come to our venue? You know what I mean?
That, and also like, who's going to buy, like, some crazy fans are going to buy tickets for sure.
Yeah.
But not at the level probably. And yeah, no one's going to endorse him to be at their venue.
No. And I think that it is absolutely not a mistake that everything in the media has been really quiet about this since right after it happened. Like, absolutely, people are being paid to not talk about it.
Yeah, it would have been everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, money. You can do
money has power.
You got a lot of money.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously it's horrible for the families and very sorry for all of the loss. It is absolutely unnecessarily lost lives. And that's what's the most sad. And like, none of this should happen. Like I said, I've been to so many like hard concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in mosh pits and it is never the...
Do you get scared in those?
No, because the vibe is not, we're here to kill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we're here to kick around and have fun. And if somebody falls, you pick them up. Like, you don't step on them, kick them, break their leg. Like, you clear the area, you make the room. If somebody gets hurt, you walk them. Like, I have never experienced anything in my life like that. And there is some issue I take with the animalistic energy from that whole thing.
Yeah. Is
tragic for the future of the human race. Like, it felt like absolute, like, do we not have any empathy as a human race anymore? Good Lord. We're just busting through. I mean, and there are so many heroes that were there and people who tried, but like, just think about what you're doing. You're busting through barriers to see Travis Scott?
No.
What? I can't. You're trampling people to see Drake? I don't understand. There's nobody who I can think of in my life that I would trample to go see.
No.
People don't care about you. You're a check to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my opinions on the Astroworld.
No, you did a good job. That's insane. I didn't know I don't think I knew the severity of it.
I guess there's more to come. We'll see if people actually get through and are able to successfully.
Next time we do this, we should do like a little update on what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I guess that's kind of where we should end it. I feel like that's been a long episode. I'm sorry.
Well, no, we got to do our friends' faves.
Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's cheer it back up with that. You want to start?
Sure. So I've been really into it, and I heard it on TikTok. These two songs. One, I Am Woman by Emmy Meli.
Yep.
So good. And then ABCDEFU.
Yes.
So good. By
So
Gayle.
good.
I'm
Gayle.
like, yeah, frick you and your
Gayle.
everyone but your dog.
Yeah, not your dog.
You're not your dog. Shows. Great British Baking Show.
Yes, I watched the last season. Obsessed.
Oh my god, I was so sad when Jurgen left. I almost cried.
I liked Jurgen too, but I was so happy for Giuseppe. Like
I was so happy
sobbing.
for Giuseppe. I
sobbing.
really wanted Chigs and Christelle to end up together.
Okay, me too. I want a love story there.
I know, because they were both like single and young and cute, and like,
yes,
I was here for it. Also, did you ever watch Selling Sunset?
I haven't. I've seen it though on there. Is it good?
So good.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
So good. I watched the new season, came out like a day before Thanksgiving. I watched it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yes, it's about selling houses and luxury houses, but it's so much drama with the girls and the brokerage. And
oh, I'm excited.
It's really good. I highly recommend it to anyone. I went when I visited my cousin Jessie in California and her boyfriend Caesar. Jessie and I watched a couple episodes, and Caesar was like, oh, this is stupid, this is dumb. And then he'd like watch a couple episodes and be like,
what's going on?
Yeah, he was like really, and every night he'd be like, oh, it's a stupid show. And I'm like, you like it.
So dumb. I hate it.
Good. He goes, oh, those girls are doing this or something. I was like, it's good. Sucks you in. So I think those are my a repeat offender for my fave song, Chiquitita by ABBA. Have you heard that?
Yes.
It's so good. I went to a Mexican restaurant on Tuesday for dinner.
Yum.
And they played it in like a Hispanic version.
How fun.
I was like, I bet there's so many other versions I don't even know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a fun time.
Very nice.
My faves right now. I don't read, so
it's fair.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, so faves shows. So they put two new seasons of America's Next Top Model on Netflix.
I feel like we used to watch that all the time in college.
So the one that they put up is the one with Niall.
Oh my god, I love Niall.
But
I was going to learn sign language for him. 2015 Sarah was all about it.
But the one before that, season 21, is Guys versus Girls. So I just watched that one. Obsessed. So good. And then they put 2 new seasons of Survivor on there. So Tyler and I are watching those. They're new, so they're not, but the one is from 2018 and it has Mr. Schneebly in it. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And I was telling Tyler, I was like, imagine if I was on this season and I walked up on the beach and I saw Mr. Schneebly. I could not contain myself. Come to find out that he was the director of Nacho Libre as well. Nacho! You imagine he would put me off the island just for being annoying. I would not be able to contain myself.
I would have lost my mind.
Right? And nobody else seems that hype about it. But I'm like, how can you not be?
It's Mr. Schneebly. It's Schneebly. That's Jack Black's part, but still.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
I feel like I would have been like, you look familiar. Do you go to the gym? Or like, do you go to this place?
You look so familiar.
You'd be like, I'm a famous person.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah, so we've been watching that Great British Baking Show, as you said.
Hobby.
I'm trying to think of anything else that we watched that I don't think so. I can't think of anything. So I'm going to share my Spotify Wrapped. In case anybody cares, let me know what your Spotify Wrapped is. Sarah doesn't have Spotify because she thinks she's better than us.
I don't. I just have Apple Music because my dad pays for it and I don't want to pay for Spotify.
Oh, I don't pay for Spotify. I use the free version.
I don't want the ads. Okay. I can't do the ads.
It's okay. Okay, so my top artists. Okay, I'm like low-key impressed with myself. Okay, sure. So my top artist, my number one, the 1975.
Avi.
Avi. And come to find out, I was in the top 4% of listeners this year for them.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
I'm sorry. Am I better than everyone?
I was gonna say, am I better than you?
So they were my number one. Number two is Taylor Swift, and we need to talk about Taylor the Red version.
Okay, I'm not like a huge Taylor fan.
It's fine.
But Caroline and I listened to some of the album on the way up to the wedding.
Uh-huh.
And I really do like the 10-minute version of All Too Well.
Oh my God.
Okay. I don't get tired of it. It's 10 minutes of just so good.
I know.
It's yeah.
So when I was
listened to the actual song.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm disappointed, but I can forgive it.
Thank you.
My stepmom, she bought me Red when it first came out because I actually really liked Taylor Swift when I was in like high school, a lot. And so I really liked, hold on. Okay. So I really liked Taylor Swift when I was in like high school, middle school. Like when Teardrops on My Guitar came out, I remember being in middle school and crying over that like I had a boyfriend. Picture to Burn, our song, like obsessed.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
You Belong With Me, 22
so
was
huge.
Picture to Burn was,
I could jam to that.
100%. So I was obsessed with her for a long time. I really liked her. And then Red came out, and that was I think it came out 2012. So the year before we graduated high school. So I had that. And so my car is old, so I don't have, I have a CD player.
Yeah.
So I had that CD, and that CD lived in that CD player. And I listened to that entire album. And then 1989 eventually came out, and that got put in there as well. Yes. But All Too Well was my favorite song on that album for years. I have so many memories of me driving in that car, sobbing to that song alone. Just driving.
While you're in a healthy, happy relationship.
I'm totally fine. We were good. I was just sobbing because why would you not? Oh my God. Yeah. So she re-released Red, and I would say that Red is my favorite Taylor Swift album ever before that. So I was really excited when she re-released it. Yes, Taylor. Anyway. So she was my number two. Kesha was number three.
Obviously, you love Kesha.
Avi, of course. There's no bad song, really. Then number four is the Aces, which, have you listened to them?
No.
Okay, I really like them a lot.
Okay.
They're like a indie girl group band, and they make it quite good. Yeah.
Fun.
Very fun.
I'm not on my phone right now.
Yeah, you should look them up. And then number five was Ariana Grande. Classic. My top songs. So my top songs for SOS by Rihanna was number one. Why? I don't know. But it's a great song.
Who's to say?
Then number two was Talk Too Much by Coin. Do you know that song?
I think you talk. That one?
Too much. What I got, but yeah, so good. Yeah. Love that song. Number three was Adore You by Harry. Such a good song. Even though my favorite song by Harry Styles is Cherry.
I do know that about you.
Yeah, that one is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, but I like it.
It's sad.
My number four was Boss Bitch by Doja Cat, because Doja Cat is my queen. Anyway.
Yes.
And number five was Television Romance. Do you know?
No.
By Pale Waves.
I don't know who Pale Waves is.
You need to listen to Pale Waves. Oh my God. I love Pale Waves. They're so good. Anyway.
So fun.
That's my Spotify Wrapped. And that's pretty indicative of what I've been listening to. So I don't feel like I need to share anymore.
No, that's good. I do remember because Hayes shared his Spotify Wrap with me, and I was like, I want to do mine. Because he's like, what was yours? And because I listened to this one driving up there did I tell you about the playlist on Spotify called Grinding in a Sweaty Cafeteria? Something like that. So my top song was Whatever You Like by T.I., and who's also my top artist.
That's a great song.
A lot of T.I. is on here, I think, from that playlist.
I mean, he was killing it in like 2008.
I was a big fan in 2008. I thought he looked like my volleyball coach at the time, which I was like, my volleyball coach is T.I. This is fun.
Yeah, how fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. Well, share what your guys' Spotify Wrapped is and what your friends' faves are, because I would like to listen to music, but I've been just binging the same thing on repeat. So
Yes.
share.
Me too. Well, this is fun. I'm glad we got to do this. I missed you.
Me too. I miss you too. This is very fun. I want to do, so we should do it more often now that we're hopefully back in commission.
I know. Yes.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys want us to cover next time, if there is something that you want us to cover. There's other like traumatic events that I've thought about covering, and I don't know if they're too sad to cover. So maybe we won't, maybe we will.
It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we want. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys soon.
Yes.
If you don't already, you should follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can listen to us on Spotify if you're not listening there already.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.